Goddamn.
Guys, guys. We are on here with for the first time in a long time, um honestly a pretty I will say, man, I think this is the slowest news has been in a while. Now we still do have a lot of stories today, but not nothing. Two things that really jump off the page this week, but we've honestly been used to these jam-packed weeks, bro. So, this is definitely a bit of a change of pace, but that's not always a bad thing, man. That's not always a bad thing. We all show up to have a good time, and 9 times out of 10, 10 times out of 10, that's what we all end up doing anyway. So, you already know how it
Exactly.
is, but we definitely know this guy's showing up to have a good time. But he's he,
Shit.
he um but yeah, bro. So how's everybody doing? Thank you guys so very much for joining us here today for another edition of the news. This is episode 286 of the news, man. Thank you guys as always for joining us here today for another edition of the new I almost said the news and predictions. No, that's next week. Not predictions. No
Next week.
predictions this week. My bad. But if this is your first time watching, you guys do not know how the show works. Every Tuesday at 12 p.m. Central, we are on here with NHP Unscripted, and every Friday at 3 p.m. Central, we are on here with the news, man. Also, if you guys have not got a chance to get your hands on some of the official NHP merchandise, you guys can now find this beautiful piece of Notorious Heels apparel live on the merch shop right now. That is bonfire.com. Links at the top of the description of this very video, man, where you can find this beautiful piece on there as we speak, man. So, with that being said, if this is your first time watching and you guys do not know who we are here at NHP, I am Johnny, one half of the host of this very show. And as for the other half, we got... There's a lot of nicknames for him, but I'll stick with Mr. NHG.
There you go.
We got my man Sir K here. How are you doing, bro?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. October is finally upon us, man. I'm excited. Got some pay-per-views this week. Or not this week, this month. My bad. We got some pay-per-views this month. We got some good weekends this month. I'm excited. It's gonna be good. Gonna be fun. And I'm excited for the month of October, man. I'm doing good. Just been chilling out, man. Everything's been pretty normal, man. Been playing Dying Light. Got the Call of Duty beta with the stream tomorrow. Very excited about that. And just been chilling out, man. Been chilling out. Everything's been good, man. Like Durante always asks, how's life? How's the family? Life's good. Family's good. How is everybody doing in the live chat? How's everyone doing? Watching the replay. What about you, bro? How are you doing?
Hey, man. Not too bad, bro. Not too bad. I'm doing pretty good. I am doing pretty good. Same as you. Just been a busy week, as every fucking week is. Um, nothing new there. Been a busy week, and ready to cap it all off with some Friday news, bro. But yeah, been a busy week, been a busy day. But we're here, and I am pumped to go over the news with you guys, man. But same thing as you, man. I'm excited for tomorrow. If you guys do not know, we will be here 1 p.m. Central Time for another episode of NHP Gaming, or Notorious Heels Gaming, NHG. We're on here with another edition of Notorious Heels Gaming. We'll be playing the Black Ops 7 beta. So you already know my guy Sir K is already and always cooking up some fire for those bros. So excited for that. Excited for that whole thing, man. And then Dying Light. Excited to play some Dying Light, man. So I'm
Hell
yeah.
yeah.
Uh yeah, that's about it, bro. That's about it. But as for you guys, man, as Durante always asks, I am good. Family's good. What about you, Durante, Logan, Bell, John? Thank you guys, as always, for joining us here today for another edition of the news, man. How are you guys doing? And of course, last but certainly not least, he's here. He's late, but he is here. We have the one and only, the owner of GDR Finances LLC. We have Mr. Walk him down and cut they shiz off. Mr. Walk him down and run that marathon. Mr. Walk him down and cook that shit up. We have at Gotti Devon. We have my guy Gotti, bro. The legend is here, and what is going on, Gotti? You guys already know he has to get his Mark Nash introduction from yours truly, but he is here, man. He is here. Bell, I appreciate you tapping in. I appreciate you tapping in as
Thank
always.
you.
Coming from somebody who definitely isn't an overthinker. I will. What are you laughing at? What?
that statement right there.
Well, I don't know
It
what
is
he's laughing
false.
about, but coming from somebody who definitely isn't an overthinker, just try to keep your mind occupied. Try to keep your mind occupied, and just remember, everything's gonna be okay. And also, one thing that's helped me ever since I heard it, I was watching a Chris Van Vliet interview a couple years ago, and it honestly, and this is gonna sound corny because it's a quote. Quotes always sound corny, but I was watching a Chris Van Vliet interview a couple years ago, and he was interviewing John Cena, and one of the most valuable pieces of advice I heard from, of course, John fucking Cena, control
Nope.
the controllable. Control what you can. Some things are just out of your grasp. Some things are out of your control, and you have to learn to not worry about those things as much as you are. And I know how that is, because I some would even say I should take my own advice to this day. So I get how it is.
Yep.
I get how it is, but just try to find peace of mind. Try to find peace of mind. And I tell you all the time, my DMs are always open. You're a sister to our family here, man. So we appreciate you and hope everything is going okay. But yeah, so hope you're doing okay. I'm doing okay. I appreciate you tapping in as always. And you already know how it is. We're here for you. You know I'm here for you, man. So I hope you're doing okay. And stop overthinking. I know how it is, man. I know how it is. So there you go. My guy Gotti here. He says he said okay, Gotti says he doesn't think at all. He just does. He lives off a whim.
Mhm. Sometimes you gotta do that, man. With certain things,
This
you
fucking
gotta
guy.
do that.
Here we go.
What?
he some well, it's definitely good to think. It's just not good to overthink. But I get your point.
There you go.
I get the direction you're going in. Gotti also says
I would
he
never
has some
overthink.
really? Yeah, that's quite
Never.
crazy. You that's a crazy statement coming from you. So
Oh, Jim.
he, Gotti says his TikTok's been popping since last week.
That's good.
He says he started uploading wrestling content and it's kind of banging. Coming from your coming from me, that is the best platform, 100%.
Yeah.
There's nothing that comes close to engagement on TikTok. It's constant. It's constant, man. So TikTok is the place. That is my advice to anybody. To anybody. It's helped our channel grow tremendously. It's helped our content
really
in
has.
general across, not even just the YouTube channel, but our content in general. People like short form content, and it's a great thing to get into. So if you do long form content like us, not everybody likes long term long form content, sorry. Not everybody likes long form content. A lot of people do, but if you want to broaden your audience, it really helps to tap into the short form audience. I can speak from experience. It definitely, and this guy knows as well. So it's definitely It's definitely something you want to tap into. I don't know what he's talking about, but I know what I'm talking about. I don't know what he thinks he knows about, but yeah. But we're gonna leave Sir KB. So
Got it. Oh, dude, got it, man. I do not read TikTok comments. I refuse to. TikTok, those people are something else that comment on that platform.
yes. Also, too, speaking from the lens of a creator, it's nice to read comments. It is not nice to overread comments because,
Mhm.
sometimes I do like liking people's comments that have, nice things to
Good
say.
things to.
And I can read a comment about, some sort of criticism. That's never a problem. The only problem is there is no comments about criticism. 9 times out of 10 they're either, respectful, in agreements or disagreements, and then you just get people that just comment just to be fucking assholes. So those you definitely just gotta, once you read the first couple words and you kind of see where that's going, you gotta just learn how to scroll, bro, because you gotta just, you cannot consume, because there's a lot of people that I know that do content and stuff that definitely harp on what other people have to say. It's nice to tune that out sometimes, because again, it's different when you're coming at somebody with constructive criticism versus just being an asshole and insulting people. So it's, it is what it is, but it's definitely something,
Exactly.
it's definitely something that you that you have to it's definitely something you have to get in the habit of uh learning how to block out sometimes. So yeah, because there are a lot of people, and I'm sure we've all heard the horror stories, but there are a lot of people that actually like genuinely get offended by comments. But I'm
Oh, like,
glad to say that I'm not one of them. Um,
oh God, no.
so yes, you gotta learn how to just you gotta learn how to scroll, bruh. I don't know what else to say. So yeah. So that's that is well, Gotti, according to some people, we're clickbaiters too.
Yeah,
As if
some bald
a-
people.
as if everybody that has ever made content didn't want people to click on their videos.
That is the
Which
literal point of a thumbnail.
that the thumbnail is supposed to be a hook. Like that
Look at
I
that.
don't fucking know. I don't know. Stupid stuff, bro. But so John's got an interesting question here. He says, "Hello. Hello. Why would Andrade return to AEW?" So, in case you've been one of two things, in case you've A, been living under a rock, or B, refused to watch AEW Dynamite, which I do not blame you,
I don't blame you.
it would be news to you that Andrade is back. He is back in AEW as he becomes the first talent to be in WWE, leave and go to AEW, leave and go back to WWE, and then leave and go back to AEW. So
He's goaded.
he's
He's
done
snap
this.
had.
He is legit done this 2 times over. And he is back with All Elite Wrestling as, according to Fightful, Andrade returned to AEW this past Wednesday on Dynamite, attacking Kenny Omega and joining the Don Callis family. I'll hold my tongue for just a second. He has reportedly signed a new full-time contract with the company, which is said to have been in motion for a few weeks. PW Insider did follow up on this report, stating that Andrade was cut by WWE due to numerous wellness policy violations. So now that we've heard about wellness policy, we heard about a wellness policy violation. We did not hear about numerous wellness policy
Yeah, numerous
violations.
is crazy.
So this is that's, I guess it's a tiny bit of new news there. As Andrade did not, I repeat, did not have a 90-day no-compete clause on his WWE deal, as TKO felt it was best to not pay him for another 90 days and just let him go.
TKO.
Meltzer, Uncle Dave followed up on this as a part of the reason as to why Andrade was brought back to AEW. He says a big part of bringing Andrade to AEW is wanting another Hispanic star to help build the company up in Mexico and on Fox Sports Mexico, since he has a big name in that country. Well, how did you feel about Andrade coming back in general? And how did you feel about his creative?
Creative is a whole different fucking thing to fucking go over, but overall, I was shocked that he came back to AEW this soon. I totally forgot about like no compete clause and whatnot. I didn't assume we'd see him for a few months, but here he is, and he's back, man. And I think it's fine. I mean, it's funny watching the fan base love him again when they didn't like him for a while. Then right before he left, they liked him. Now he's back and they still like him, I guess, until they don't. You know that AEW fan base, man. But it's interesting, I guess. I mean, I think his ceiling is very low in AEW, and that's not even just a him thing. That's also a Tony Khan thing. He didn't do too great with him in the
Yeah.
past, so I'm not expecting a whole lot this time. And especially, you speak of creative, where he is and the Don Callis family, number 14 in the group. I mean, if you're doing a Don Callis family match, how who are you choosing, bro? You got Takeshita, you got Kyle Fletcher, now you got Andrade. You had Wardlow, but unfortunately not anymore. I don't even know why he was there in the first place. But I don't know. I just hate the fucking Don Callis family, dude. I can't stand them. Can't stand Don Callis right now. It's way too oversaturated. I just can't do it. And it's just frustrating that that's what you do with them. There's so much you could have probably done, and you just stuck them in the Don Callis family. The reasons they brought him back are very interesting to get more Mexican star power over for that audience, which I think is a good thing, even though you had the likes of like Roosh and you just don't do anything with them. So I don't
Yeah.
know why you needed Andrade for this when you did have people that you could have built up and done that with. People love Bandito. I mean, very obvious, I guess. People fucking love Bandito. Do something with him singles. You got Roosh. You had people, so I don't get that, man. But very interesting. I don't see him doing much anything of importance in AEW, if I'm being honest. But the Don Callis family, that's atrocious, man. It really is. But what do you think?
Uh, so I'm sitting in the same boat as you, man. I was very shocked to see him come back to AEW this quickly. To be 100% honest, man, I I I was I was pretty sure that he was going to come back to AEW. I just maybe thought it would be a couple months down the line. For him to just go right back into another deal with AEW did shock me just a bit. Um, like I said, not too much, but it definitely did. It definitely did in some respect, man. As for him being back, again, Tony Khan didn't do anything with him the first time. Uh, the only reason the AEW fan base freaked out was because he was just in the Continental Classic in 2023, and everybody was like, "Oh my God, Andrade's getting a big push in AEW. He's on TV all the time having bangers and all this stuff." Yet they failed to realize um, Tony Khan wasn't going to do shit with him after the Continental Classic. He was only on TV because by the tournament, you have to have matches on TV.
Mm-hmm.
Matches while the C2 is going on from the month, for the month of December, late November, those dynamites are basically just all matches because they have to, they have to run through each block. Everybody's got to face each other once. So Andrade was just on TV because of that. And was he having bangers? Yes, he was having bangers the whole time in AEW. That doesn't necessarily mean you're doing something. And what better way to prove to your fan base that you're going to finally do something with this guy than put him in the miscellaneous bin, if you will, that is the Don Callis
Mm-hmm.
family. The worst faction in professional wrestling
I would
today.
say. I would say most definitely that thing is garbage, dude.
And these AEW fans are freaking out and they're fucking marking the fuck out as if this guy is like their unsung hero or something. Like, you guys did not care about Andrade when he left. Okay, I'm sure they had a bunch of things to say about him going back to Triple H or whatever. And then as his run got into it, then all of a sudden they cared again, and then everybody stopped talking about him. And now everybody now their fan base cares about him again because he's back in the company. He will do nothing. I'm sorry. He will
No.
do nothing. And honestly, the way this is going, he's probably going to end up back in WWE in a couple of years because AEW is not going to do anything with him. They didn't do anything with him the first time. Look at all the very good, and I may not like them, but look at all the talent that their fan base likes. Their fan base likes a lot of luchadors that they do not use. What is to make anybody believe they're gonna use Andrade? You have Bandito, like you said, Hologram, Beast Morton, um,
Drilistico. Fucking.
Roosh, Drilistico, fucking Hechicero, Klon. I mean, you have all this Mexican talent, and you're bringing in Andrade to help in that demographic. Again, you have all these other luchadors. You don't do shit with them. You had the Lucha Brothers, and you didn't do shit with them. So again, what is going to make me believe that you will do anything with Andrade? It just I mean
I
it.
don't believe them. I
I,
don't believe them. I don't believe them, and I have no faith because you're not gonna do anything. He's just gonna have a few matches, and that's what you call doing something with somebody.
and again, what better way to prove you're finally going to use this guy than to put this man in a group with Don Callis? That group, the group where nobody succeeds because it's overcrowded. You put
And then
Andrade in that group.
a group where it gets to a point where you don't even want to watch any matches any member of the group is in because you're gonna have to hear Baldy on fucking commentary 3 times in the night. You don't, no one in that group can succeed because of the group.
I don't know what Tony Khan's obsession is with Don Callis over the summer and going into the fall and winter, but it needs to stop because the act is not that good. The act, as a matter of fact, is trash. It's absolutely trash. And now they've added Andrade to a group that nobody cares about. And again, speaking of this group, they literally put everybody that they have no idea what to do with in this group. So if Andrade was to bitch about creative in WWE, did you not have a discussion about what you were going to do coming into AEW? Because if I were him and I heard that they were going to put me in the Don Callis family, I would not have came back. Because you're telling me
No,
right there, just by that creative move alone, you're telling me right there, you do not care what I'm doing. You're just signing me for only Lord knows
sake of
what.
sign.
You get
Literally, basically, probably just to say that he wanted to go back to AEW.
it doesn't make any sense to me at all. Again, um again, with the stories that we heard of him being creatively frustrated in WWE, I can tell you right now, this is not any better of a creative situation. In fact, this is
No.
worse. You might as well have been tagging with Ray Phoenix and been happy, because this shit is gonna suck. He didn't do anything in AEW. If he didn't do anything in AEW the first time, coming off the hype that he had coming in, he's not doing anything now. I'm sorry.
Exactly. Literally, like, come on, people.
Give it a couple weeks. He's gonna be walking around like Wardlow. In Wardlow's case, he's not even walking around at all anymore. He's injured and off television again. But Wardlow came back that Wednesday on Dynamite. This guy was walking out there with no aura, and they hardly even mentioned that he just freshly returned. He was just a manager for Don Callis, or a heavy for Don Callis. Yeah, I don't even know what to say anymore, man. When I seen the clip of Andrade coming back, I seen him attacking Kenny Omega, and I was like, that's cool. You know what I mean? That's pretty cool, man. He comes back and immediately gets put into something with Kenny Omega. And then I see him shaking Don Callis's hand, and I was like, okay, now you fucking ruined it. Now you ruined it. Now you just killed any chance he had to succeed in this company for the second run. Which, even if he wasn't in the Don Callis family, he wasn't going to succeed anyway. But the fact that he's in the group makes the chances even lesser. Dude, that group, again, has like 7 people in it. What part of your audience is this group appealing to? I mean, who is this for? Who is enjoying this? Other than the AEW marks that are on Twitter. I don't know if you've been seeing it, but these guys that are on Twitter, like, oh man, look at this is one of the greatest factions ever assembled. Look at all the demons in this group. Really? The only demon is the person writing this group. And yes, that's the golden question. What is anybody in the group doing? Does anybody in this group have momentum? Does Takeshita have momentum? Does Kyle Fletcher have momentum? Does Okada have momentum? Does Lance Archer have momentum? What about Hechicero?
None of them have.
What about Klon? Nobody does.
Well, Klon. Fucking Klon. What is that, dude?
I don't know. This group is the rabbit hole in AEW that you cannot climb out of. Is the Don Callis family. That is what this group is to this company. No. I don't understand. I don't understand at all. And yeah, in any other situation, I would sit here and tell you I felt bad for Andrade, but that is not the situation we're in, because he willingly walked back in and accepted this creative, yet was complaining about creative in WWE.
Makes ridiculous. No sense, but okay.
So, speaking of the Don Callis family, Hologram. Everyone's favorite wrestler, Hologram. It is according to Uncle Dave. Hologram has sustained a knee injury. It is the same knee that has kept him out of action previously. When examined, it was worse than expected, and he will be out of action for the rest of 2025. And with that, Dave also says the original plans would have seen Klon ending Hologram's winning streak. Because Hologram is expected to miss the rest of the year due to injury, it is unsure where these plans will go.
You know, I wasn't a big hologram guy, if you could ever guessed. You might think, I would have been a big hologram guy, but unfortunately I wasn't. It sucks for him. Hope he gets well. Hope his knee gets good and whatnot, man. But what the fuck is an L clone? What is it? It's his evil clone that was gonna take away his winning streak, and they were just gonna face each other for probably months on end, doing fuck all. Um, Either way, L Clone was doomed from the start. Whether it's in the Don Callis family or it's just straight up facing hologram, which he probably still would have been in the Don Callis family for some reason. Um, Good lord, man. Wish the best for hologram. Hope he can get well soon. But what the fuck is an L clone, dude? What the fuck is that? Why?
You know, uh, yeah. You see, hologram is the whole story Tony Khan has built behind hologram. It has got to be one of the absolute funniest things I've ever seen in my life, man. I mean, this dude, this dude, without a doubt, watched. I think that might have been Toy Story 2 when Buzz Lightyear had the evil
Oh.
clone that they switched out. They switched they put him back in the box. And and
Mm-hmm.
and the evil one was out. Um, that is 100% where Tony Khan got that story from, man. He was like, you know what? We should make an evil hologram. Tony, if it's not an original pay-per-view name of yours that is absolutely atrocious, it's an original gimmick. And hologram
It really is.
I mean, man, this has got to be one of the most goofiest things I've ever seen in my life, bro.
Dude, literally, even like hologram itself is like, what the fuck is that gimmick for a luchador? The hologram. And then you make it even worse by having the storyline where he has a literal evil clone that hates him. What what is this, bro? What? I don't get it, dude. It's hilariously bad. It really is.
Yeah. Speaking of holograms injury, I feel very sorry for him. Again, the gimmick is strange to say the least. However, he is a very good wrestler, and it does suck to see. It does suck to see, things like this happen to talent that had plans. And obviously, we heard in the beginning of the week that El Clan was being put on ice. And then obviously that ended up not being the case because they debuted him on Dynamite. So I don't know. I guess he's just gonna walk around with the hologram mask for the rest of 2025. So we got about another 2 months of 2025. So to see El Clan walking around with a hologram mask. But even at that, I ask again, who in the blue hell is this for?
Literally, like, what in the fucking Toy Story is this, dude? What in the fucking this is it's literally playing with toys. This is what you come up with your toys when you're a kid. You just oh my god, he has an evil clone. Like, bro, goated. Tony Khan's mind
Man.
is truly something else, man. To peep into that mind, oh man, I would pay money to see that shit.
So, speaking of more Don Callis family members, we have Kyle Fletcher and Kenny Omega. So, according to Uncle Dave, in a normal situation, Kenny Omega versus Kyle Fletcher would have been booked for Wrestle Dream. But Omega's physical situation is not 100%. The feeling was it was better right now, but not to put Omega in the situation of that kind of match he'd expect to do with Fletcher. it said that in a perfect world, it would be the match to do on Wrestle Dream, but it's not a perfect world.
It ain't.
Can I please ask why Kenny Omega was brought back if his physical situation is not 100%? I mean, why
Yeah.
why was he brought back then? Why was he brought for the 6 year anniversary of Dynamite? You couldn't have just had him do a video package or come out for a promo. You had to put him in a match to start something
Yeah.
with, you fucking guessed it, the Don Callis family, because I guess that's the only people that Kenny Omega can feud with. Kenny Omega came back, and if he's not physically at 100%, why is he back? And then they wonder why Kenny Omega has to deal with so much injury problems. Why are you bringing him back if he's
Yeah.
not 100%?
Let him stay home. Why do you keep bringing him back for nothing real, tangible to actually watch? Let him heal up. Let him get the rest that his body needs to be able to come back and actually go, dude. It's not that fucking hard. It's not like you have fucking the Death Rider storyline you got to finish out with the guy or something. It's the most basic you could do anytime, any place shit. Talking about the dream is at, in a perfect world, it would be at Wrestle Dream. No, in a perfect world, it could be wherever the fuck you want it to be, because you could do it anytime you want. Why do you have to do it now? Why were you so desperate to do it now? Let the man leave. Stop bringing him back. Let him heal up. I don't get that shit.
Which is even crazier to me because Kenny Omega is constantly talking about, how his body, is giving up on him, and how, he always feels there he's one major injury away from just retiring and all this other stuff. Why would you want to why would you want to dance with the injury devil right there? Because again, you dance with the devil for too long, you're gonna get burned. If you keep fucking around and you keep bringing him back and he's not 100% and you got him working these matches and taking these bumps, because when Kyle Fletcher took him out, I think they beat the shit out of him, put him through a table, he was giving him brain busters. Why are you doing that to Kenny Omega if he's not 100%? Isn't this somebody you want around? What are you doing with Bryan Danielson? You're not bringing Danielson back because we know Bryan's not 100%. So why are we bringing
Yeah.
Omega back?
They don't fucking get it. Literally doing a Roman Reigns where every other week he's getting written off. 2 weeks later he's coming back. A week later he's coming back. Written off again. It's just leave him be. Just let him heal up. I don't get the need to fucking constantly bring him back to just be written off again.
Yeah, it does not make a lick of sense, man. Not at all. But this is what they were gonna do at Wrestle Dream. Again, don't know why Omega is back if he's not in a good enough physical condition. That's something AEW needs to work out though, because that is absolutely ridiculous. Again, this is a guy that we had that is known. It is on record that this guy deals with some sort of injury, nags or bugs quite a lot. Quite a lot he does. And you're bringing him back. Why?
Makes no sense, dude.
So, yeah, that is the news on Kenny Omega and what he was, I guess, originally supposed to be doing at Wrestle Dream before AEW decided that it probably wasn't going to be a good idea to do so. I could have told you that, but again, I also probably would not have even brought him back.
No.
Trent. Oh yeah, I forgot his name is Trent Beretta again.
There you go. Oh, they changed it again?
I think it's been Trent Beretta for a while. I think it was only like the early days of AEW. It was Trent question mark.
Trent? Question mark.
But according to PW Insider, Trent Beretta has been dealing with an arm injury in recent months. The hope is that he will be back in the ring within the next few months. You know what that means. We're going to be right back to getting RPG Vice.
And the Don Callis fan, don't forget, they're with Don Callis family, I think,
Yes,
aren't
they
they?
are. Yes.
There you go, man. RPG Vice, man, right with the Don Callis family. Um,
Please don't
yeah,
come back.
obviously, no, please, you're better off just staying home.
Yes.
Wish the best for his recovery, but in terms of creatively on TV, um, I don't care if or when he ever comes back to television, especially if it's in either and or RPG Vice or the Don Callis family. Unfortunately, he hit the double whammy and he's in both. Poor man.
Yeah, so that's probably going to be just the spark that AEW's tag division needed, man, was getting Don Callis family members RPG Vice back in the back in the fold. That's just fucking wonderful. However, that is actually all the AEW news we have for today, man, as we got we got nothing else, man. So, before we move on to the WWE news, here today, we do have an official word from our sponsor here at NHP. We got an official word from W Energy. W is an energy drink loaded with vitamins and nootropics formulated to improve focus without getting the jitters. W is a clean formula that is sugar-free, zero-calorie, free from fillers and artificial colorings with 150 milligrams of caffeine per serving. You can get your W products today with the link below and code NHP at checkout to save yourselves 10% on your next W purchase.
Truly, always got to shout out W, whether workout, whatever you may need the energy for. Crown Jewel, keep saying it, but it's true. Crown Jewel is coming up, man. If you want to be up at 7 in the morning for that show, if you want to be focused for the show, to watch the GOAT versus AJ Styles one last time, you'll need W. It'll keep you awake, it'll keep you focused, you won't have the jitters, and it'll taste good all at the same time. Always, always got to shout out W.
And there you have it, man. So, as always, thank you to the great people over at W, the official sponsor of what we do here at NHP. So, moving on to the WWE news here today. We got actually the newest piece of news, starting off with current Vision member Bronson Reed.
I mean, Bronson.
Oh, yeah. Yes, that's right. As Michael Cole says, Bronson Reed.
There you go.
So, according to Fightful, Bronson Reed has been working under a multi-year deal that he quietly re-signed quite a while ago. Well, how do you feel about WWE locking in Bronson Reed for a multi-year deal?
I think it's smart. I think it's necessary. I think he's phenomenal. Great for the future. I'm very interested to see how long his return deal was for. If he ended up re-signing for an even longer deal. But I think no matter what, it's a good thing. It's obvious they want to use him. He's great. They should. And I'm glad he re-signed, and I really hope a lot comes for his way for in the next few years, man. I really hope so. I think he's phenomenal. One of my favorite talents they got on television, and I really hope they use him, man. I can't wait for a year and a half for the Vision to disband, so the man can really start to shine, man. But it's good. Glad he re-signed, and I'm very excited for the future.
No, for sure, man. Because I obviously love Bronson Reed as well, man. I think he's just I think he's an amazing talent, and I think that a lot of times, it can seem like him out of everybody in the group does get outshined,
The least.
but the not outshined but showcased the least, or
Hmm.
they intentionally try to make him feel less important. They try to make others feel more important than him a lot of the time. However, even at that, which is the crazy thing, even at that, um, you can still tell he is a tremendous talent. Um, and I'm happy that WWE did lock him down. I hope that means that they do take him seriously, and they do take him being a future piece of the company seriously, past the vision, because you know obviously the vision is uh, what what man, I what do you, the
They're
vision
the
is the
Seth
vision.
Riders.
I mean, yeah, they're the Seth Riders. They're very again, it just seems like a lot of times it's the group isn't connected at all. And then whenever you do get Braun and Bronson Reed together, when they're away from Becky and Seth, they definitely put a lot of things in your way to make you feel that Braun is the more
Breaker
important
is it?
one. Yes,
Yeah, they definitely keep that spotlight more shining on Braun, which I mean he should have spotlight, but Bronson should also have spotlight too, man. So that's something they kind of aren't great at, and I just really hope that they get better with that, with however long this group is going to exist for.
for sure. But the moral of the story here, man, is that I hope, like I said, despite everything they do on television, I hope they do actually take Bronson and his spot as a future piece of the company seriously, because I think he's tremendous. He can he can work his ass off. He can play a character. He can play up to the crowd. He can do all those type of things. And overall, I think he's just a very solid piece. If they wanted to build something with him as a future piece to the company, so yeah. Happy to hear that Bronson Reed has re-signed with WWE, man. So there's
Very
that.
happy.
Next, we have WWE filing a trademark. A lot of people,
What a trademark this is.
yeah, a lot. What in the world? A lot of people keep making jokes that this is going to be Obafemi on the main roster. WWE has filed to trademark PJ Vasa.
Bro, what are these names, dude? PJ Vasa or Vasa, whatever it's gonna be. That is horrid. PJ Vasa. That sounds like a GTA character. Man, I gotta call PJ Vasa for this car. That shit sounds horrible. I don't think it's for Oba. It would be really bad if it was for Oba. I think they like the name. I think they're gonna keep it when he moves up to the main roster, which I think is soon. Um, when he lost the NXT title, I don't think I've heard that he hasn't been spotted or mentioned on NXT television since. So hopefully that means he's on his way up to the main roster. I'm scared about that for obvious reasons with Mr. Triple H. But PJ Vasa probably, if I'm guessing, some random dude in NXT is gonna be taking that name, and poor soul, whoever that is, I'll give him that because that name is horrible.
No, for sure, for sure. Yeah, I read that, and obviously I seen people making all the jokes about Obafemi being renamed PJ Vasa, and yeah, that's th- I would really hope that their fan base would I would really hope that their fan base would put some input about that, because that would be crazy. Do I think it's for Obafemi? No, I don't. I think you know, Oba is Oba is one of those guys that they've established so much as a top star in NXT. To change his name would
Mhm.
be you know, at some point, man, that's got to be like changing. That would be like changing Keith Lee's name after he, you know, after he dropped the NXT championship, or something along those lines, man. It's just like, you've established this guy as a world champion on your brand. What exactly is the point here
Mhm.
to change his name? So I don't think it is for Obafemi. I do love all the jokes though, man. But yeah, it's probably gonna be it's kind of like when they filed a trademark for Osiris Griffin, and everybody thought that was going to be Ricky Stark's name, and then it just ended up being some random dude. I think he's one of the dudes in what are the Dark Call, or Dark something,
Dark State.
Dark State.
Dork
That's,
State.
yes, Dork State. Yes, that is yeah, so yeah, PJ Vaso, we're probably going to see him in a couple months. Probably going to be some random schmuck on the NXT roster. So there you have it. And yeah, they have filed the trademark for PJ Vasa. Although, speaking of Obafemi, take it with a grain of salt, because this is coming from Uncle Dave, even though sometimes he be right.
Sometimes he's right.
WWE reportedly still has plans for Obafemi in NXT going forward.
Very weird. I don't. First of all, I don't like that a lot of that happens a lot in NXT now, where someone loses the NXT title and fucking stays in NXT. Like, that was the whole point of NXT. You had it and you lost it. That means you should be going up. But um, don't know what the fuck that means. I hope it's not true. I hope Uncle Dave was told some lies, man. But man, that would be a horrible idea if true.
I I did see all those fan edits about like how Triple H is gonna book Obafemi, and it was people like putting him in the El Grande mask. Um at this point, I wouldn't even be shocked.
I'd be shocked,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
yeah, we've gotten to the point where I actually probably wouldn't even be too shocked about that. No, but um again, I am of the old NXT, I am of the old school NXT mentality, similar to you. Once you drop the NXT championship, you should be on your way to the main roster. I mean, I don't know why you stick around for a second or a third reign. It just, I mean, I know things are a bit different now because they're actually on a network, so they can't just, you know, stream on a WWE network and then just go on jolly about their day. I understand they need to keep names down there to, you know, um keep the brand afloat, but I don't know why you don't prep other names when you're in the process of getting the title off of Obafemi. So again, if you know that Obafemi is going to drop the championship in, you know, 4 to 6 months, why aren't you building people to eventually take that? You know what I mean? Why do we always have to have these guys sit around and wait? They did the same thing with Roxanne Perez. She stuck around for like 2 or 3 reigns, and it just leaves people asking
Yeah,
like, yes, I know you're young and they want you to stay in NXT, but you've done all there is to do in NXT. Why are you sticking around doing whatever? You know, it gets to a point where
literally.
it doesn't make sense. One of my predictions from 2020 for 2025, the video we did at the end of last year, one of my predictions was we won't see Obafemi on the main roster this year. If I'm being honest, I honestly think he sticks it around in NXT until the night after WrestleMania. I have a feeling that's what they're gonna do.
I
Either
could see it.
that, or they WWE these days likes doing their they like doing their like mid-February call-ups, People will just get called up before
Yeah.
WrestleMania and they'll sign. They did it with Breaker. They did it with Tiffany Stratton. This year they did it with Roxanne Perez. And I could see Obafemi being one of those guys, if not just entirely moved to the main roster the night after WrestleMania. I don't know why, but it's just, you guys know how it is. Sean, Sean he's either willing to send you right up, no strings attached, like he did Dragon Lee, or he's gonna hold on to you for as long as, he will go down kicking and screaming until Triple H, ends up, forcing Obafemi to the main roster, or in this case Obafemi. But again, the other example I could bring up is Roxanne Perez. I mean, that man Sean went down literally kicking and screaming. I mean, he would not let
He literally
Roxanne come
did.
up to the main roster for forever. You know what I mean? Until it was just like, until she was, damn near forced up to the main roster. So and I think the same thing's going to happen with Obafemi here. I think Sean is going to be too scared to let him go.
I think so. I think he might be, and I think he might keep him for a while. It's annoying, but it's not unlike Sean.
So I said this last week on news, and I've seen everybody talking about this, but Gotti says Oba is 100% beating Sammy tonight. He says maybe not 100%, but it's happening. That was actually something, again, and over the past week, I've been hearing that a lot, but I literally said it last week on news. It would be really dope if for one of the open challenges, Obafemi came out and ended up being the one to dethrone Sami Zayn for the U.S. Championship. I think that would be a great start for him. I
Mhm.
know, you're throwing him right into a championship, but if you want him to be a powerhouse and if you want him to be a dominant force, I can't say I will hate it. I can't say I will hate it, because I would rather Triple H do that than do what he's doing with, or what he was doing with, Ilya Dragunov. So,
Exactly. Would much rather prefer that. And it's interesting. I would love Oba to come up that way. I could definitely see that. I just don't know when. It's really the when that kills all of that type of stuff.
yeah, no, I definitely agree though, Gotti. I think that would be a great way. I think that would be a great way to do Sami Zayn's Open Challenge, and I think that would be a great way to really play to Obafemi's character, because one of the things he always says is, he's inevitable. So for him to come up and get a shock victory, in his debut, and win the U.S. Championship night one. Not only do I think he would be a great U.S. champion, but I think he would also be very pivotal in the Sami Zayn story as well. Where Sammy was, on top of the world doing his thing. He was defending the U.S. Championship every week. He was carrying on the tradition that helped, that John Cena used to introduce him to WWE. It's obviously a feel good story there. You have a guy like Obafemi come in and squash all of that. I think that's a pretty that sounds like a plan to me, man. I think that's a pretty good idea. So, yeah, and like I said, I would rather stuff like this happen than whatever's going on with Ilya Dragunov. So, I get it.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
So, that is the news on Obafemi coming to the main roster. As speaking of NXT as well, NXT has renamed their show titled Invasion to Showdown.
Go down.
WWE reportedly upset people in Israel following the NXT versus TNA show being named Invasion on October 7th. The term invasion on such a sensitive date raises questions about who in the organization is responsible for this preposterous decision?
Rosters.
Well, um, I don't think it was a preposterous decision. If it was a preposterous decision, they would have kept the name Invasion. Clearly, they just thought it's typical. I mean, it's typical NXT. They like to recycle names, and obviously, everybody remembers the Invasion pay-per-view for the historically bad WCW and NXT beef or whatever, or WCW and NXT, WCW and WWE. What am I talking about? The
There you
WCW
go.
versus WWE, Invasion pay-per-view. So NXT, obviously, they recycle names all the time. You see it with, No Mercy, and I mean, it's just an NXT thing to do. I don't think it was done out of harm. I don't think that it was done maliciously I don't think they did it to, you know, show which side they were on or anything like that. I think it was an accident, and I think that's why they changed it. I think, again, they thought it was a cool name. They fucked with the name. It obviously fit, TNA invading NXT, even though it's the other way around. You know, it
Oh
fit.
yeah.
It fit, and they wanted to act on it. So that's that. But again, I don't think for them wanting to find the person in the organization who's responsible for this preposterous decision, I don't think it's that deep. Again, I know it's not that deep, because if it was that deep, they would have kept the name Invasion and they wouldn't have changed it, but they changed it, so it's okay.
It's fucking hilarious, dude. They freaked out. They had to change the name for them for for no real reason, dude. It's a very funny situation, especially the name change. What they changed it to, Showdown. That's what you came up with. You can't do Invasion anymore, so you use the term Showdown. And you know what makes it worse? They fucking said it on NXT that it wasn't an invasion, that TNA and NXT work together. This is just showing each other, friendly competition or something. They literally killed the invasion angle on television with a promo. Insane work, bruh. Insane work. Showdown. That you have in your fucking repertoire. You have bragging rights. Just go with bragging rights if you had to change it, because it's TNA trying to get some bragging rights because they don't even have their own champions anymore. It's hilarious, man. TNA is really the one, like you said, being invaded. They don't have a single champion of their own that matters at this point. They got Kalani Jordan, they got Trick Williams, they got nobody. They got nobody, man. So
They just
it's a whole
did.
funny invasion angle.
They're about to do a they're about to do a Dark State versus Hardy
Oh
Boys
fuck.
winner take all match, which, again, if the Hardy Boys win the championships, which I fucking hope they do, um oh, again,
Dark
you're getting guys that are notoriously known as WWE guys to hold
I
the
was gonna
NXT
say,
tag team titles. So it's not
no,
it's not even necessarily like, it's not at that point, a TNA talent isn't even holding the NXT titles.
they aren't. They really aren't. Like, no one in TNA has their own fucking titles, nor NXT titles, and all these people invading are ex fucking WWE people, dude. This is one of the best, worst invasions I've ever fucking seen, man. It's so ironic. It's hilarious, man. But they changed the name. Like Logan said, that they're kind of wimps for that, but whatever. And so, we'll see how it goes, but they changed it to Showdown. What a fucking name change.
Man, I was seeing clips of Kalani Jordan sitting out there with the TNA roster, and I was like, are you fucking kidding me, man? Which was weird,
Like,
because Trick was standing on the NXT side, and he's the TNA champion. And I'm just sitting there like, okay,
just
why is Trick on Team NXT and he's the TNA champion, yet Kalani Jordan is on TNA and she's the Knockouts champion, but she's a part of NXT just like Trick is. So what are we doing here?
Why is
Like,
she on their side?
yeah, that's what I'm thinking the whole time. I'm like, why is she on their side but he's not? Like that just doesn't make sense.
And like Gotti says, she's 100% going to turn on Team TNA. But, like, why on earth would Team TNA trust her in the first place? She's NXT holding their champion. That's the whole reason, canonically, that they're invasion. They're invading in the first place. So, this is one of the worst booked
It's not an
invasion
invasion.
angles.
It's a showdown.
No,
Friendly
it's a
competition.
showdown of talent, man. Friendly competition is how they're trying to describe this, man. No, it is WWE fucking taking everything from you, and in your invasion of them, you still look like the fucking idiots. Horrible invasion angle, but it's hilariously bad in all the great ways, man. But showdown is what's being taken place now.
I was gonna say
And that logo looks horrible.
Oh, it does. I'm gonna get to that in a minute, but WWE and the word friendly do not even belong in the same sentence. I'm sorry. They just
No,
don't. It
they
is
really don't.
I mean, what is even that, bro? I mean, and yeah. So you mentioned the logo, like invasion, invasion, and like the V is big and it's in red. Looks cool. Then you get to this showdown logo and the W in show is just giant. And it's just a giant red W. Like why why is the W ginormous? I mean it's the that logo makes no. Why didn't you just go with something original? I don't understand. But that's just me, bro.
I'm telling you, dude.
I'm seeing this now, but Collision's viewership
Oh no.
was a 248,000.
I'm shocked they get that many people. Shit. That's a good number for them, unfortunately, in my opinion. Good lord.
Yeah, I can honestly.
200,000 idiots.
Yeah, I can 200 200 248,000 idiots is right.
I don't
Crazy.
fucking watch any.
I can't believe that. I gotta agree with you there. I'm kind of shocked they had that meant that many people.
Yeah, over 200,000 people watch Collision on the weekly. That in itself is crazy to me.
It really is. So, another guy in NXT that we haven't seen in a very long time. We got some news on him here today. Tony D'Angelo, according to The Observer, regarding the disappearance of Tony D'Angelo, it is not injury related, but he asked for some time off. So, the last time we seen Tony D, obviously his whole family turned on him. We did hear a story, I want to say maybe at this point about a month ago, that they were thinking about, watering or toning down his heavy mobster gimmick. They were thinking more so about doing something with him that was, less reliant on such a heavy gimmick. And I don't know. From the sounds of it, to me, it sounded like it honestly just sounded like they wanted to humanize him a little bit. They didn't want him to just be stuck to this Godfather gimmick. So Tony is not injured. He simply just asked for some time off. If he will return to NXT or not, I don't know. I really hope he does end up getting something that sticks, though, because the Mafia stuff is cool. It's cool for me because I'm a big fan of the Mafia game franchise, so it's cool to see. But at the end of the day, in wrestling, it has a ridiculously short ceiling. And I can see why WWE wants to tune it down a little bit, because when things are too heavily, reliant on a gimmick like that, it just comes across bad.
It does. It does. It comes across bad, dude. It has its own ceiling. It could be very cheesy, but not in like a good way. If you know, and because what he was doing in NXT was very good, and he made very good work out of it. But at the
Yeah.
end of the day, it is its own ceiling. I think you do have to do more of a human side to that character, and less of just a straight rip from the movie side.
Yeah.
So that's how it is, man. He's just taking some time off. Good for him. He was going crazy in NXT, so he deserves it. And for where he comes back, I would hope the main roster, but at the same time, I would be terrified of the main roster. I can't believe I'm terrified of called ups again. Didn't think this would happen, but I'm scared of call ups again. So I would hope the best, man. I would think he'd be off NXT. They kind of writ him off in that last segment. It was like the Sopranos ending, so I would assume his character was kind of written off NXT TV, but you never know. Like we were talking about with Oba, Sean likes to keep people, man. So I think we'll see with time, but good for him with the time off, and very intrigued and hopeful that when he comes back, it's going to be great.
100%, 100%. And yeah, they got quite the task to do, because again, he's what has that been since 2022? So he's been it's been the gimmick has been reliant on that sort of stuff for about 3 years. So I'm very interested to see what the task at hand is with him and how they're able to adapt that. So we will see, though. We will see. Going over to TNA again, their TV negotiations. According to TV Insider, TNA is in active negotiations with a new TV partner, claims NXT, might as well fucking be, claims TNA president
Yeah.
Carlos Silva. He says, "We're in active negotiations with a partner, and we're going to work through that. I can't put a timeline on how long that will take. The good news is the process has started. We're no longer just talking to a bunch of people to sort of gauge interest. Now we have an interested partner and working through potentially a deal for 2026. It's going to happen as soon as it can happen. We are working on it as recently as yesterday. Exchanging papers and trying to figure it out. We're excited about it and keep pushing it forward to get this over the finish line. It's done when it's over. It's done when it's over the finish line." What? So, well, I don't know what he was talking about at the end there, but um I mean, this is this is good and bad for TNA. I hope TNA doesn't take too much of WWE's input from their big brother, World Wrestling Entertainment here, because of the fact that you already know, and we've heard it before, WWE is going to try to stick them on an AEW night, and that will completely that will completely slaughter
Screw
it.
themselves.
They will completely fuck themselves right there, right then and there. Which again, WWE doesn't care, because WWE is invading them. WWE is engaging in friendly competition, and they just want the best for TNA.
Just we want to take the best. I mean, we want the best for TNA, man. That's really what they want.
Exactly.
Very interesting. I mean, they're probably gonna get some type of TV deal. I don't know the numbers they're gonna get, like you said, especially if they're trying to counter program AEW. It's not going to go well for TNA. I hate to break it to them. And I hate to also break it to them. If WWE is helping them get whatever deal, WWE is going to hold that deal over their head. And if they want to keep that TV deal, I'm pretty sure they're going to have to do whatever WWE says, man. So TNA, they're basically might as well just be bought by fucking WWE at this point, because that's how they're working. And if they aren't, they're still going to be controlled by them, man. So I don't know how smart TNA is moving. I don't think very, but we'll see how that goes. We'll see what network they put on, and they better hope that they're not on the same night as AEW, man, because they're going to get slaughtered.
It is indeed true at this point, and Triple H He is really not beating the allegations, man. He is the other allegations, not
No,
the normal
ain't
ones.
beating those either.
He's not beating either of them, but he is not a colleague. He is a fucking colonizer at this point, man. I mean, this man, this man,
This man.
they owe 100, like you just said. Just buy the company at this point. At this point, just buy TNA. It's over with. We all know you guys want to do it. You guys know you want to do it. The only reason they're holding off to actually buying TNA is for the simple fact that they want them to go head to head with AEW. If that wasn't the case, and if they didn't care about that, TNA would have been bought already. I can
Oh yeah.
guarantee it. So, more NXT. I think this is the most NXT news we've ever had in a while. This is actually ridiculous.
It's crazy.
According to Fightful Select, Mustafa Ali's promo on NXT was well received by those in NXT and TNA. It had been long heard that Shawn Michaels was adamantly against the release of Mustafa Ali and had plans for Mustafa Ali to be, including him actually becoming NXT North American champion, as he was originally set a few years back to defeat Dominic Mysterio for the championship.
It's crazy. I remember that. And now he's part of the invasion angle, and he's looking to go for the North American title again. So that's a cool way to do it. I always like Mustafa. I think he's great. Glad to see him working here, and hope everything goes well. And I hope he could eventually, if he wants, make his way back into WWE, man. I think he's a great talent. I think they definitely failed him in those first runs, man, and he could do so much. And I would love to see him back.
No, 100%. I am glad that he is involved with this whole thing. Obviously, it's it's nice to know that Shawn Michaels was adamantly against the guy's release, because obviously Shawn seen something in him that Triple H did not. And that is that he's fantastic, man. He's absolutely fantastic. I've always been a big fan of his work ever since 205 Live. At least as far back as I can remember, ever since 205 Live, I always thought the world of him. I thought he was great. I still think he's great. And he's doing his thing in TNA, man, but it's nice to hear that, they still, he's still well received by NXT and people back there. And obviously, like you said, I do love a bit of the, Easter egg, I guess, of him. His involvement in this whole thing is going against, because he's got this whole, I guess, American gimmick, not patriotic. I guess it's like a president type gimmick. Yeah. So he does all that kind of stuff. And obviously Ethan Page has got his whole Canadian Mr. Canada gimmick going on right now, so it makes sense. And it also makes sense, like I said, when you want to talk about Easter eggs. The last time he was in NXT, he literally was scheduled, and they put the graphic up for a North American Championship match against Dominic Mysterio, and then he was released, and the match never ended up happening. So it's very poetic that the next time he comes back to the brand, the next time he came back to the brand, he's going after the same championship that he was owed a championship match for. So it's cool to see. And again, like I said, I've always been a huge fan of Mustafa Ali. I think he's great, and I think he's one of those people that really could have been something had the person in the chair been a different person, because obviously something did not click with Vince. Something was just off when it comes to Vince McMahon and Mustafa Ali. It seemed like he liked him, but then he would always put him in these positions to not succeed. Like, obviously everybody brings up the horror story of Money in the Bank 2018, right? Or 2019, when this guy was frozen in fear and just looked like, I mean, he looked like the biggest dumbass on the planet standing up there, not grabbing the briefcase, frozen in fear. So there was obviously stuff like that, but it's like, and then after that moment, it just seemed like Vince didn't really care for him anymore. And that's kind of where everything just kind of fell off, man. But Gotti says
Yeah, it was weird.
Ethan Page should lose this. How you feeling about that take?
I'd be okay with that. I'd be okay with that. I would like Ethan Page to move on from this. Maybe he could spend some time in NXT. I'm still, like I said a little bit earlier, I'm kind of scared for some of these call-ups with the space on the main roster and, what Triple H has been doing with damn near all of them. It's very interesting. I would like for him to be called up, and I would like, Ali to take that title and get something he never won, man. But Ali was weird when it came to Vince. It did seem like he was one of those people within the rare case of a Vince McMahon talent where he liked you but didn't at the same time. It was weird. So I really hope the best for him. I would be down for him to beat Ethan Page and Ethan Page to go up. It's just the fear of going up. I have it for NXT people again, unfortunately.
Yeah, Uncle Dave was talking about a perfect world with Kenny Omega and Kyle Fletcher. In a perfect world, I'm not scared for people to be called up, but and in a perfect world, I'm not scared for Ethan Page to be called up. But again, we are not in a perfect world, and I am actually very scared for Ethan Page to be called up. I don't even see it, to be honest. I can't even see him on the main roster,
Yeah,
and it's not anything to do with
it's
him.
not him.
It's just I don't.
The landscape.
It's the landscape, and I just do not. I don't. I just don't see Triple H having a vision for him, which is very ridiculous because Triple H, for the longest time, would always throw shots at Vince McMahon. He would constantly
Hmm.
throw shots at Vince McMahon when he was in charge of NXT. He would constantly talk about nobody should be called up from NXT if they don't have a 6-month plan. You are okay. You are, without saying it, calling out your father-in-law. I don't care. I don't care
Yeah.
what you're calling him out. Okay, you blatantly are calling out your father-in-law for not having plans. You're calling him out for not having plans for anybody. Yet you do the same thing. So what? So again, Triple H is the lesser of two evils. But don't throw shots when half of these people that get called up, you have absolutely no idea what to do with them. You mean to tell me that this was your idea for Julia's 6-month plan on the main roster? Ilya Dragunov, his first 6 months were to go like that. That was what Carmelo Hayes. That was your 6-month plan for Carmelo Hayes. Come on now. That's
Literally.
that's a bit ridiculous,
That's a
man.
6 month.
But also, let me get to the best part. Please, can Mustafa Ali win this championship for the sake of somebody from TNA holding a
Winning something.
WWE dude, winning something on this brand. Now again, this isn't even a TNA homegrown or a TNA original.
He's
This
still
is
an ex-WWE.
this is again a WWE alumni, again the Hardy Boys. What a title change that is, but you know, of course it can't be a TNA homegrown talent or a TNA original talent. It does have to be a WWE alumni, but if that's what it takes, can we at least get that, because it's getting a bit ridiculous at this point.
And at least Mustafa Ali is the only one in this whole TNA thing that doesn't feel like he wants to still be involved in WWE, if that makes sense. Like everyone, damn near every other character on TNA that's invading NXT just screams, I wish I was still in WWE.
Yes.
Hardy's. Matt Cardona verbally says it all the fucking time. All of them. Literally all of them. But Ali is like the only one who actually like seems to like being in TNA and actually like reps TNA. So I would actually like him. That would actually, him winning would actually be the only win that TNA have gotten this.
Did you see what the TNA president said about Joe Hendry?
No, what did that? Oh God.
Oh, dude, it is the saltiest quote you'll ever read in your life, bro. Let me see.
Oh,
Okay, I
no.
found it. I found it. Okay, so okay, all right. So per per a interview with Battleground IHR, TNA President Carlos Silva confirmed that Joe Hendry is still under TNA contract. He had this to say: "Yes, he is still under under contract to TNA. You know, he is until he isn't, but he is. And Joe's been great. Joe's been great for us. Joe's been great with WWE and NXT. We'll continue to sort of work through that as good partners do." Tell me that isn't the saltiest that
It is,
he is until he isn't. So
dude.
LOL. So in other
You
words,
know,
you know he's gone. You know there is not a chance in it. You might as well not even offer him a new deal because don't even
yeah,
waste your breath.
it's pointless. It's pointless, dude. That man is far from. He's already gone, and all he could hope for is to be able to still use him on occasional TNA television, but this time under a WWE contract. So he knows it. It's very obvious he knows it, and it's fucking hilarious.
I read that and I died laughing when I seen you know he is until he isn't. I was like, wow, someone
Come on,
sounds a
bro.
little salty. Um
Oh, he is 1,000% salty.
Gotti asks, would Ethan Page and Chelsea Green move me at all?
Mm,
No, no,
no,
it wouldn't.
hey,
I'm sorry. And it's not
it's not them too.
it's like Chelsea Green is a good act. The only problem is what is gonna get Ethan over the hump, right? Because there's
Exactly.
a lot of people that aren't over the hump. Aleister Black is not over the hump yet. Carmelo Hayes is not over the hump. Ilya Dragunov, before he went out, was not over the hump. They have a hard time getting
Mm-mm.
people over the hump. And really having the balls to pull the trigger on somebody. You know, it's Bronson Reed was in the company for like 2.5 years before they decided to, hey, maybe we should put him in a big role. And even at that, like we talked about it earlier, he's still the guy that they try to, it damn near seems like intentionally take the spotlight away from all the time. So, Damian Priest, Triple H grabbed him by the hand and tried to walk him over the hump himself, and he still failed.
And
And
he still tripped. Yep.
he still stumbled. He still stumbled all the way down the hill.
Mhm.
He did. And Triple H
Mhm.
personally tried to carry him over the hump, and it still did not work. Damian Priest, he's not even remotely close to being. He is not even remotely close to being anywhere. He's not even near the hump, let alone over it. But I digress.
No.
But yeah, Triple H he just has a very hard time getting people over the hump, or like I said, being able to pull the trigger with somebody, or take the steps to actually get this person accustomed to being a regular name on television, man. We've seen the problem with the Wyatt Six. The Wyatt Six. Julia is another one. It took Lyra Valkyria about a year on the main roster until all the Becky stuff happened before they actually decided to let her showcase some more personality. So if we have if we have an act like Chelsea Green and Ethan Page, my point is I just don't think that's the act to get them over the hump, because they just treat Chelsea Green's act as such a mid-card act, and she is a loser, you know, and that sucks to say, because I think Chelsea's good, but she's a mid-card loser, right? And I think Ethan Page is just going to end up being a mid-card loser. I think he's just going to end up being a mid-card heel that they're going to say, we got to get blank a win. Put him against Carmelo Hayes. Oh, put him against Ethan Page.
Yep.
You know, that's the role I see for, and we always talk about the same thing Serkei had just mentioned, but with Matt Cardona. In a perfect world, sure, I'd love to see him back. He's an OG in getting yourself over. But at the end of the day, just keep doing the indies, bro. Keep doing the indies, because you're actually going to be used, and you're actually going to be used as a top guy. I know you want to be back in the company. You're going to be nothing but a mid-card loser. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's all he would be if he would return. And I feel like that's the destiny for a lot of these people. And it shouldn't be, but I feel like it is. And it's really unfortunate that a lot of these people, if when you move up or you return, you're going to be stuck before that hump, waiting a year or two, and then you finally get over it. And that's what's going to happen with Ethan Page. I truly believe so. It's still happening with Carmelo Hayes. The man still hasn't been over that bump and over that hump, and it's all Triple H's fault, man. And it's unfortunate, man. I really hope it isn't the case, but it is, man. And that's for who my Damian Priest is. It used to be The Miz. It used to be, but he's all right now. I don't hate The Miz like I used to. Who would be my
we
Damian
used
Priest?
to we used to have a lot of debates about the Miz, me and Serkei. We used to have a lot of debates about the Miz, because Serkei, he was definitely not Serkei's favorite cup of tea for sure. He definitely was not. I do have an appreciation for Mike the Miz, but who is your Damian Priest? I know who your Damian Priest is in real life, but in wrestling, who's somebody that
Who is my Damian Priest?
I feel like I know a name that you just absolutely despise, but I can't. Oh man,
my finger on it right now. But I know there's someone where I don't like on television, but I gotta, I know it's somebody. I can't think of who it is right now, man. But I know I have one. He used to be The Miz. He's all right now. He's in my good graces. He's cool. No, it is not you, Roddy. You're too cool.
Is it because of did Mello don't Miz get Miz over the hump for you?
It was more of it was more realizing that The
Aussium?
Miz had a better match with John Cena than fucking Cody Rhodes did at WrestleMania.
Ooh,
That was one of the biggest things. I was like, wow, the fucking Miz had a better one.
So for me, The Miz is interesting because when I was a kid, I absolutely despised that man, like with a dying passion. I despised The Miz. Like if little 8-year-old me could have slimed somebody out, it would have been Mike the Miz, bro. I probably I probably would have slimed the Miz out when I was a kid. I hated his guts. So as I got older, I appreciated the heel work, and then as I got back into wrestling, we were in what, in my opinion, is the Miz's prime, 2016 and 17. I think he was awesome. I think he was having great matches, and I think some of the promo work is solidifies him as a top 10 talker of all time. So I do have an appreciation for the Miz. And I always have, to some respect, again, except for when I was maybe 9 or 10 years old, then I definitely would have gave you a very different answer about how I felt about the Miz. But obviously, growing up, you appreciate the heel work and you can appreciate what it is. But
Yeah.
we did, but then again, I did understand Sergey's points, because the years that he would debate me on were definitely years of the
They were
Miz that
horrible years.
were 2019 or 2020, when he was with John Morrison and they redid the dirt sheet. That was some of the ooh.
You mean Johnny Drip Drip and
That's
what was the Miz's stupid rap name?
That's the problem. MCMIZ was his fucking name.
There you go. Johnny Drip Drip and MCMIZ. That was great.
When
wasn't
they did that, I actually could have killed somebody. Because for those of you who aren't in on the lore, Sir K always makes fun of me because I am, and I'm being so serious. I'm not even joking right now. I am a huge John Morrison fan. I fucking love John Morrison. If I was in Tony Khan's position and I was writing the show, we would not be getting, what is he called, Johnny TV now? Johnny John. I'm
so.
Yeah, because he didn't he come in with like the QT Marshall TV group
QTV?
or whatever. Yeah, QTV.
Yeah.
That whole thing. Yeah, I think he's Johnny TV now. If I had the pen, just know the John Morrison you guys know would not be anywhere near. I'm telling you, that man would be on every pay-per-view. He would be a mainstay in AEW. John Morrison is dude, aura. And you guys know, for those of you guys who know, I grew up watching Morrison, so when I was a kid, it was John Cena, John Morrison, and Jeff Hardy. And then when Jeff Hardy left, it was CM Punk. So those are my guys, bro. But John Morrison, dude, Sir K always fucks with me, man, because it is heartbreaking. It is actually heartbreaking to see that nobody knows how to use the guy, and he is one of the most athletic. He is one of the most athletic and just fucking, he's an amazing talent, man. I fucking love John Morrison, bro. But just know, if I had the pen in AEW, sooner rather than later, John Morrison would be a world champion. Without a fucking question, he would have been a world champion. And that sounds ridiculous nowadays, because all we've known from him is wearing fucking sunglasses and squirting water fucking guns at Braun Strowman. But dude, oh god, that is Sir K always goes there. He always goes there because he knows it. He knows it hurts, and he always goes there, and it is just, oh my god, it's heartbreaking. It's actually heartbreaking to see and I can't even say Triple H would do a good job with them, because I don't think he would. I don't think he would.
I don't think he would either. It's a very unfortunate case for John Morrison. I wish I got to see actually, used great John Morrison, because I could tell the building blocks are there. But just no one knows how to fucking use the guy right, unfortunately. And that sucks, man. That sucks. But as for my Damian Priest right now, I'm gonna have to keep an eye on Raw and SmackDown to see who I really just don't like. But
Uh,
I mean, Damian Priest might be my Damian Priest, but I don't think it's as bad as Johnny. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll find him.
you see, for me, Gotti, I I think my favorite, like, obviously we all know Morrison for wearing like those fuzzy attires and, like, you know, a lot of, like, I guess like fur on a lot of his stuff. I fucked with Morrison when he in 2011 when he I think my favorite gear that I fucked with him the most in is that and he kind of wore it in 2019, but the aura was gone at that point. That black leather gear that he was wearing in 2011, dude. Oh, tough gear, bro. Tough fucking gear. But dude, I remember Extreme Rules 2011. I obviously wanted Cena to win that steel cage match. It was Morrison, Miz, and Cena. But I would be lying if I said I actually was not pulling for John Morrison to win the WWE Championship that night. That was I was fine with both, but I was like, man, it would be really cool if John Morrison won the WWE Championship. I was a big John Morrison guy, man. Man, I don't know what Tony Khan is fucking doing with him. Um, that's interesting. I'm trying to think. I feel like for you, you do have. You know what? I got it. And it may not,
Okay.
be the case now because we do not see them as much. Sir K's Damian Priest is Rocky Romero. You hate Rocky Romero, dude. He
Dude,
is
you suck.
he is my point exactly. He is one of the names that jumps off the page for me because I remember Tony Khan had like a fetish in 2022 and
Mm-hmm.
2023 for constantly putting Rocky Romero in things. And then I remember you would like see people on Twitter that would like really fuck with him. And I remember it used to just get to you. It used to get to you so bad because I just remember you telling me all the time, like, dude, get this guy off television, dude. Like, he fucking sucks, man. And then you also hated their theme song, the Roppongi Vice song. So,
Oh my god. Oh, that shit was dog shit, dude. Horrible. Dude, Roppongi Vice was an absolute plague on fucking AEW for like 2 years straight, and I don't fucking know why. They did suck, bro. They did really fucking suck. A lot of time, my gaming priest a lot of times comes and goes. They'll be like 1, 2 years at a time. Maybe if we're talking about WWE, it might be El Grande right now for me. I can't fucking stand El Grande and that whole circle of dumbassery. So maybe it's that,
yeah.
but Roppongi Vice and fucking Rocky Romero, dude. I mean, like Trent and like the other one.
Look at
I
chat.
don't even remember the other one's name. David. Oh, I do hate David Finley. Unfit
Yeah, that's
Finley.
true. That
Um,
is true.
I don't like David Finley. I feel nothing when that fucking dude's on anything. That well, the 2 month, the 2 weeks he's on Forbidden Door season. David Finley's up there. Rocky Romero's up there. Trent's up there. Whatever Trent's partner name
New
used to
Day.
be, I forgot him.
Well, no, I
Oh,
think I get more mad at
I'm more
New Day.
sad.
Okay.
You get more mad. I'm just more sad when it
No,
comes to the
for
New Day because
sure.
at the core I love the New Day. So it's more sad for me
Sir
than
K's also
angry.
no stranger
Um,
to throwing strays at the Vision these days.
oh, I don't like the Vision. I don't like this version of Seth Rollins. I don't really like either. Overall, man, I get annoyed, dude. Every time I hear that fucking theme song come on Raw, my shoulders just drop and I just lose all fucking care. But I have a couple, man. I have a couple. I don't like a lot of things on television, man.
Yeah.
I used to fucking hate that heavy world title, man. But it grew on me. I like that title now.
The Cena belt, the one Cena or the one Cody's got now.
No, the other one.
Oh, the World Heavyweight title.
Yeah, I didn't used to like that one. I like it now. It's cool now.
Yes, I do remember you were not a fan of that at first. I actually I
You
liked it
always
from
fucked with
the
it
yeah, I liked it a lot.
from the get-go. You did. It
Yeah.
grew on me. Who? Gotti says he asking us who his Damian Priest is. Who is it, man? Who is? Let me guess. Cody Rhodes. I'm betting
It's
man. I
gonna
think
be
it's gonna be
Cody.
Cody Rhodes.
It's
But
gonna
let's
be. I
hear
know
it.
it's gonna be Cody. Um, yeah. Yeah. I don't know, man. Damian Priest is just eh, uh, he's Damian Priest, bro. I mean, he I think for me, what kills Damian Priest the most is the way people, including WWE
Hype him
themselves,
up.
try to hype him up. I think that's what it is
Yeah.
for me. I don't think he would be so bad if they didn't overly WWEify him. You know what I mean? They like
They
it got to a point, I
they
mean,
Roman him. And
exactly. Like again, like Backlash 2023 when he was facing Bad Bunny, I was like, "You know what? This guy's pretty good. He did an outstanding job that night." But it was when they started putting the wheels in motion for honestly ever since like he won Money in the Bank is when things just started rapidly going down for me. And then the way they would make him talk was different, and it just seemed like he was back to not being himself. And that to me was just it just is he just sucks. He just sucks. How the fuck do you have a bad match, 3 bad matches with Finn Balor, but you have a great match with Bad Bunny? How does that work? Like, dude, you suck. Bro's just
I
ass.
don't get it, bro. Bro does suck. And Gotti, sometimes I feel that way about Cody. And when he's super Boy Scout Cody, I really I don't fuck with Cody when he's super Boy Scout Cody. But when he toes that line, man, I really do like Cody, man. Cody just
Mhm.
depends on what he's doing on TV for me.
Yes. Yes. And it's like nowadays I just give Boy Scout. So it's kind of
Yeah.
annoying now. However, earlier this year, like during the whole stuff with Kevin
Ooh, you're
Owens,
good.
during the feud with Owens, it was like that's fire. Like I like the side of Cody that Owens is bringing out. He brought out a grittiness in Cody, and
Hmm.
those are Cody's best matches all year. Well, the one with Cena
Yeah.
was the best one, but the two Owens or
Yeah.
the one Owens match from the Royal Rumble, that's I mean that's easily his second best match. Again, the Cena one from SummerSlam is I would probably say is number 1 for Cody's matches, but Owens is fucking right there. And that probably is just preference. A lot of people probably would take the Owens match from the Rumble over the Cena match from SummerSlam. So I did like it a lot. I thought it was very fun, man. But yeah, especially just lately, it's just formulaic with Cody. It's kind of just we're not really developing much story here. It's kind of just
No.
same old shit. So, yeah, Cody wins, LOL. That's what we get now. So, anyways, speaking of Cody Rhodes good friend actually. One of his AEW buddies, Jade Cargill. According to PW Insider, Jade Cargill reportedly only needed stitches to close the cut she sustained during SmackDown. According to the report, the hope backstage is that Cargill will be cleared in the next few weeks. Obviously, she had a pretty bad gash on SmackDown last week, because she got her head absolutely thrown into some steel steps. But thankfully, It seems like they'll be able to clean that all up, and she's going to get some stitches and be ready to go within the next couple of weeks. Glad it wasn't worse. Glad it wasn't some sort of concussion or whatever. And I'm glad Jade Cargill is doing okay. And it seemed to, although it was a nasty looking cut, it's not as bad in the long term. So, yeah.
Exactly. Good thing it's not that bad, dude. It was a horrible spot. Fucking Nia Jax, man, literally just threw her face into the fucking steel steps, man. So I'm glad, I'm glad she's doing good, man. And I hope everything goes well. I'm sure she'll be back in a few weeks.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. So we got a very informative piece of news here today.
Super informative.
Very informative. Fightful Select is reporting Indianapolis signed a deal with WWE to get Royal Rumble, SummerSlam, and WrestleMania.
Okay.
When it comes to when they will be getting WrestleMania, they have no clue when it will happen. Wow. Wow. That
Thanks.
you learn something new every day, and I think my streak ends today because I learned nothing reading that. What is that?
No shit. We don't know when it's gonna happen. Thank you, cause neither do we. And you guys are the ones putting it together. So you just have no fucking clue when it's gonna happen. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for this so riveting piece of news right here. Riveting stuff, guys.
Yeah. Wow, that was did you see those original proposed ideas for the WrestleManias coming up?
No.
So Indianapolis was one of them, and the other one was Nashville. I thought that was interesting. I think that would be cool for WrestleMania.
That'd be cool. I'd be down for Nashville.
Yeah, I think
that sounds fun.
I seen that, but obviously now that's thrown out the window because of Saudi. So, but I guess that was the original plan. So hopefully they come back to it. Nashville's probably gonna have to pay a fucking arm and a leg because WWE got about $500 million and some quarters from Saudi Arabia to hold WrestleMania there. So. I don't even know. Hopefully they don't come back to the States expecting that Saudi bag, but knowing WWE, they want to maximize ticket prices and maximize profits. So as if the parent company doesn't own UFC and WWE, like they need to maximize profits. But
maximize profits.
They have no clue when WrestleMania is going to be heading over to Lucas Oil Stadium. At this point, it could be 44. It could. I feel like they're going to want to do something bigger for 45.
Yeah.
And then, obviously...
Jet ass. I think you were right when you said a couple months ago. 45 is what they're doing in London.
I could see that. I was going to say, if it's not 44, it'll probably be 46 or 47. I could see that being the case. Triple H over-delivered with 39 and 40. Let's just hope these Manias don't continue to end up like 41, and we get a bunch of shit that nobody fucking asked for. So, that's all I can hope for. But, yeah.
Literally.
So they have no clue when it's heading over to Indianapolis, so I guess we will all have to wait and see. But yeah, that's my guess. 44, 46, or 47. If I were to give an estimate, I don't think 45. I see them going bigger for 45. So we'll see.
100%.
So we do have a reasoning on the AJ Styles and John Cena match We do have an updated reasoning, and we also have a quote from AJ Styles himself.
We do.
So, originally last week, WWE tried to say, and they fed the Observer, 1,000% fed the Observer a story, something along the lines of Cena and AJ being always the plan, and they wanted to tease it wasn't going to happen, so fans made it so fans wanted it even more. Well, now the Observer is saying that WWE reportedly booked Cena versus Styles for Crown Jewel via social media to make the fans feel that their voice was being heard, and that they were responsible for a match that wasn't planned, and they put that in quotations. AJ Styles did an interview with Abima, and he says his upcoming final match against John Cena came out of nowhere, and he didn't think it would happen, but assures it's going to be incredible. He says, "I'm certainly happy for the opportunity to wrestle John Cena on his retirement tour. I did not think it was going to happen. It honestly came out of nowhere, but I accept it. I want it. Me and John are going to have one last match, and it is going to be incredible." So you mean to tell me AJ Styles didn't even know this was the part of the plan, but you expected me to believe that this was a part of the plan? Is that what we're doing now?
It was part of the plan the whole time. Oh, yeah. You know, they're always in control. Triple H is always, everything is a part of his plan. I guess he's Seth Rollins. I guess the Seth Rollins character is just Triple H, you know. It's all in his vision. It's all part of his control. And yeah, this was the plan the whole time, man. To surprise AJ Styles and, you know, the fans with this match was the plan the whole time. Fucking bullshit, dude.
It was a part of the plan, and the guy in the match didn't even know the plan was happening. That's just stop. Again, just
Please.
admit it. Don't sit there and try to fucking say, "Oh, that was a part of the plan to make the fans feel like it wasn't going to happen because we knew they were going to use their voice, and we want to make their voices feel heard." No. Triple H was backed into a corner because he decided let's stop trying to forget the domino that fucking knocked all the other ones over here. Let's not forget. Do not let Triple H and whoever's feeding Meltzer these stories try to fool you into forgetting that the whole reason this started was because he decided to have John Cena go out there and lose to Brock Lesnar in 8 minutes. For one of John Cena's final appearances, an absolute waste of everybody's time it was. He decided to have John Cena go out there and get mopped by Brock Lesnar in 8 minutes. And people complained that you were wasting the greatest of all time on a squash match 3 months before his farewell tour is up. And then we all asked for a match with AJ, and you feel backed into a corner enough to give us the match because you fucked up. And speaking of fucking up...
Oh, Triple H. Oh, yeah.
Our final story for the day is also centered around the greatest of all time. Obviously, we showed you guys on Monday, but if you guys have not seen it, here it is again. This is the image that WWE did put out for Saturday night's main event. They announced it. The last real champion, one last time. Saturday night's main event, John Cena's final match. Washington, D.C., Saturday, December 13th. Exclusively on Peacock. So, once upon a time, we didn't know if we were going to be getting this Chicago show. We didn't know if we were going to be getting this Chicago show, man. And, one of the things I said to Sir K was, maybe we can head down to Boston for his last match if we don't end up getting it. Obviously, we got it, so it was go tonight. And then I seen this shit, and let's just say I am glad that we I am very glad that we that we ended up getting a SmackDown and not the final match, because you literally have to be absolutely loaded if you want to go and watch this, because the ticket prices for John Cena's final match have been revealed. The fifth row,
Oh, God.
on the ramp side, is going for $6,500 a seat. The second row on the ramp side is going for $9,500 a seat. And the TV side ringside package row 1 is going for $11,500 a ticket. And that is for Saturday night's main event, which you're going to get to see John Cena's last match, yes. But what what is going to be the other fluff that is put on this show?
You're going to see absolutely nothing in John Cena's retirement. That is exactly what you're going to see, dude. You're going to pay $11,500 for one part of the show.
So,
and you know, the part of the show was legendary, but fuck.
So, let's say you wanted to get standard seats, right? Let's say you are, regular class, working class. You just want to get some regular seats. What's the ticket prices for the standard seat in the building? Well, let's start with the more expensive number. So, if you want to sit 100 level and pretty close, your tickets will be around $3,000 a seat. And let's say you wanted to be cheap and say, you know what, fuck it. I'll just sit in the nosebleeds as long as I'm in the building. The cheapest ticket in the house is $250 to sit in a nosebleed.
Sit in a nosebleed for $200. WWE gotta price out all their fans. They gotta price out all the John Cena fans, man. You know, all the John Cena fans, whether old or young, that love him. They're gonna be so sad on that day. Cannot see him live because they cannot afford it. It'll be some random rich people that just saw the show was coming to town, decided to take their family, and they get to watch the John Cena retirement. Not any of his fans.
My God. Surprised? No. But sad? Yes. For the exact reason you just mentioned. Because it's going to be all rich people. If you're a family of 4, you're paying upwards of $50,000. That's $11,500 a ticket. You're paying, what is that, $46,000, $47,000, $48,000? $48,000 if you're a family of 4. 2 people, you're looking at about, $22,000, $23,000. Are you actually kidding me? Anybody with a brain, if they had that kind of money, would put a down payment on an apartment, put a down payment on a fucking house, put a down payment on a car, something. They're not going to a fucking wrestling show. What again, people with, again, not everybody, again, other than the rich people, are just going to have 22 grand, 30 grand, 50 grand just laying around to bring the whole family there. 9 times out of 10, if you're working class and you have that kind of money, you're probably just going to use it for somebody else, or probably going to use it for something else that will, actually probably be a little more important to your everyday life. Like, again, a house, an apartment, fucking groceries, I don't fucking know, a car. Something. No, WWE is putting these kind of price tags on John Cena's farewell tour, and that's the part that breaks my heart the most. Do you know how many people live in Washington, D.C. that actually love John Cena? Maybe they grew up watching him. Maybe they're a young kid now that thinks John Cena is their hero. And they're working class people that won't get to go to the show, because even if you do want to sit up in the nosebleeds and you got a family of 4, you're looking at $1,000. You want to bring you and 2 other, your 2 kids. You're looking at $700. You want to bring you and your girl. You're looking at $500 to sit in a nosebleed. People are priced out. People aren't going to go. They're just going to watch on TV. Again, I say it all the time. They're pricing out their audience. They're pricing out their audience, and it's to the point where I hope they continue to get non-sellouts, because that's what they deserve. That's exactly what they deserve. And I hope it hits them in the face sooner rather than later. Will it? Probably not, but I can hope that it does. But again, the people that run TKO and run this whole ticket pricing thing seem to be pretty fucking hard-headed, so it probably will not get through to them, but we can all hope for the best, man. But I mean, that's just absolutely bullshit. And again, think about all the people that actually are diehard fans that won't get to be there because TKO prioritizes rich people being at the shows. And again, these are rich people that some of them probably don't even care. Like Sir K said, they're probably just heading to the show because the show's in town.
Yep. And that's all you're going to get, man. It's all you're going to get is a bunch of those in the crowd and then a bunch of empty seats, because no one can afford to go to these shows, man. It's going to continue. It's like that for John Cena's retirement tour. It's like that for Mania. It's going to be like that for every pay-per-view up until WWE finally gets to the point where they have to lower the ticket prices, and I cannot wait for that day.
Me too, man. Me too. Which you would think, the way the product is, that they would, I don't know, maybe hurry the fuck up and get on it. I think that would probably be the responsible thing to do. You would definitely think so, but hey, man, this is the WWE we live in, and if my guess is anywhere near correct, it's probably going to do the opposite. It is probably going to get worse rather than getting better.
It is. I'm sure it will. I wouldn't be shocked. I think it's going to get worse and worse and worse until it has to get better.
Definitely. So, with that being said, yeah, that's everything we got here today for you guys, man. That's everything we got here today. Again, pretty definitely some good stories in there, but overall, at least from what we're used to the past couple of weeks, you could definitely classify this as a pretty slow week for wrestling news. So, these weeks always, these weeks always come around every now and again, but I'm sure we'll be back up and running soon when WWE probably fucks something up sooner rather than later again, or Triple H makes some asshat of a comment. He makes a complete ass out of himself again, so I'm sure that'll be coming up very soon. Either that or Tony Khan's probably going to announce a new championship or some sort of deal that makes that makes absolutely no fucking sense. But you know how it is. But that's everything, bro. That's everything, man. So yeah, that's all we got here today for you guys, man. Thank you guys. Excuse me. Thank you guys so very much for joining us here today. As always, we got Bugatti. I fucking wish that was pocket change to me. If I had trust me, if I had $11,500 to drop, I would definitely be in Washington, D.C. watching John Cena retire.
Oh yeah.
But honestly, if my ticket is that fucking much, I don't even want to know how much all the other expenses of travel will be, because you're looking at about 20 grand that weekend. So
Yep.
or at least at the very least 15. So yeah, we definitely they definitely got me messed up in that regard. But yeah, seriously. It'll be a bunch of celebrities in the crowd that don't give a shit about John Cena retiring. They're just there because they can afford the tickets. So yeah, that is that. But regardless, thank you to everybody who joined us. Again, do not forget, tomorrow we will be live at 1 p.m. Central with NHP Gaming. I'm very excited for that. Very excited for that, man. We will be trying out some Black Ops 7. So I'm excited for that. Excited to see what this whole thing is about. Excited to get a taste of the game for the first time, man. So excited for that. But congratulations, Gotti, as well. He's hit 10K views on his TikTok, man. So go check out Gotti's TikTok, guys.
Congratulations, man. That's dope.
Let's get this man to 11. So
Most definitely.
there you go. And
Let's do it.
again, so thank you to everybody who joined us in the live chat, and my guys a part of the Replay Mafia, JT and JB. And again, Gotti, Logan, Bell, John, thank you guys so very much for joining us here today. As always, man, we appreciate you guys, and it has been a pleasure for my Johnny.
And I, Sir K.
And that is going to do it, everybody. Again, thank you guys, man. We love you guys. We appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for joining us here today for another edition of the news. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you all in less than 24 hours tomorrow, 1 p.m. Central with NHP Gaming.
Peace.